Today we got one of the fastest rising guards in the 2028 class, ranked number 43 in ESPN SC Next in national rankings, ranked number 2 in state of Kentucky rankings. Coming off a tremendous Nike EYBL Session 4 in Las Vegas, he proved that he can compete with anyone in the country while helping the Indy Heat battle against national competition. Joining us again tonight, welcome back, Jordan Mitchell.
Thank you for having me. Thank you for having me. Glad to be on here.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man, you had a heck of a weekend. First off, man, how are you doing?
I'm doing good, Coach. I'm doing good. How about you?
Doing pretty good, my man. Have you had any time to relax since getting back in Vegas? Aren't you in Atlanta?
Yeah, I'm in Atlanta right now. I've done had probably 2 days to relax. I know we had practice yesterday, and we're gonna have practice tomorrow, but I've been able to relax a little bit.
Man, you played on one of the biggest stages in grassroots basketball. Describe the overall experience competing in Las Vegas on the EYBL in Session 4.
I'm gonna be honest, the experience was very dope. You had, of course, Nike EYBL. You had the boys, the girls. You had summer league going on. You had the UFC fight. So a bunch of top celebrities and like top high name people was in the building. Watching you. So you always wanted to perform at your best. You never know who's watching. So I say at the end of the day, the atmosphere of Vegas was very, very lit.
What was your biggest takeaway from the weekend in Vegas?
I say the biggest takeaway is you gotta, as a human being, you gotta work with what you have. I'll say that.
What was your favorite moment?
Favorite moment, probably when me and my team rallied back against Houston Hoops.
Was there anything that surprised you this weekend?
Surprised me. I'll say us playing with 6 players. That kind of surprised me. How we was able to compete still with only 6 players.
Man, that's tough. 6 players in the UIBL. At least got a row of 7, don't you?
Yeah.
So, man, you're playing with the Indy Heat. You know, the Indy Heat has produced countless high major and NBA players over the years. What's it mean to wear that jersey this summer for the Heat?
I'm gonna be honest. What it means to me is just another blessing from God. For me to be able to put on the same jersey that other NBA pros and college players have been able to put on. It kind of makes me, have that pride in me that like I'm playing for something bigger than me. It's not just the name across the back of my jersey, but the name across the front. It has a lot of meaning to it.
So, you were with Brad Bill Elite. What makes Indy Heat different?
Um, I want to say it's so much more different, but I'll say different coaching styles is like the biggest thing you really notice because a lot of the URBL teams are kind of the same, but I say the different coaching styles is what I'll say.
So, what's the culture like around the Heat?
The culture is good culture. Everybody's family. The 15U, the 16U, and the 17U. We all get along. We all love each other. We all root for each other. It's like a family. So, say the 15s playing, 16s, 17s might go watch their game. We might go watch 17s. They might come watch us. At the end of the day, we're all one.
That's awesome. So, how have the coaches helped you with your development?
The coaches have been helping me, be a point guard, I'll say. Of course, a lot of people know I can score with the best, but they're helping me with the intangibles of the other things that point guards have to do besides just scoring.
So, you had a fantastic 5 game stretch in Vegas. Game one, kind of off. You had 7 points, 4 rebounds, three assists. Sometimes, the stat line doesn't tell the whole story. What did you learn from that opening game?
So actually, that was the first time me playing an actual game. I have a broken toe, if you didn't know.
Oh,
But yeah, I've been playing on a broken toe. So I broke it last Thursday. So, I went right into the weekend with it. But it kind of, I'll say, me playing with that, I had to do other things to provide in the game. We ended up winning that game, and the coach said that he was proud of me because they know me as scoring and all that, but I had to change how I play to help benefit the team so we can be in a great position to win. So the coach was very proud of me for doing other things that shows how I've evolved my game and I'm able to do and contribute to the game in so many different ways.
Man, so how do you approach the game going in with a broken toe? Like, what's Jordan Mitchell? How do you change your game up? Can you not cut as effective? Like you can't jump. Like, how do you
I'll
go
say
in? You know,
I had to change, like, well, of course I didn't have to change, but naturally my explosiveness is going to change because I can't push off how I want to. But I'll say I had to take more smart shots and more like efficient shots, using less energy.
so game two, man, you had 22 points, 5 boards. You really got rolling offensively. What was clicking for you in game two?
Game two, I'll say me getting to the rim. I feel like that team couldn't stop me getting to the rim, so I was able to do that, and I was able to finish over the taller defenders. They had some pretty tall bigs, and I'll say I was getting a lot of buckets in transition, and I feel like after getting the first game with my broken toe out the way, my confidence was high.
So game three, man, you were really efficient. You had 15 points, 3 boards, 2 assists, but you were 7 from 7 from the charity stripe. 60% shooting for the game. How much pride do you take in making the right basketball play every possession?
I take a lot of pride in that because I feel like on the college court, you're not gonna always be able to be the scorer or be the man, or you're gonna have a role. So I feel like just if you know how to play basketball, you're gonna stand out from a lot of kids. A lot of kids got talent, but you got to be able to play basketball at the end of the day. My dad predicates on me, doing the right thing every possession, even though others may be doing the wrong. But you just got to continue to play basketball and play your game.
So game four, you had 22 points, 2 boards, 7 dimes. You shot 64%. This might be your most complete performance of the weekend. You scored, you facilitated, you controlled the pace. Is being an all around guard something you pride yourself on?
Yes, sir. Definitely, for sure. Being all around, a lot of coaches praise me because I'm so interchangeable. I can do a lot of. I'm very versatile and do a lot of different things. A lot of coaches love how I can also rebound. How a lot of guards don't rebound. I can also score, and I know how to play make very well. Get my teammates involved.
So your summer development, man, you made tremendous improvements, this summer. Where do you think you've grown the most?
Grown the most, I'll say my confidence. I feel like any court I step on, I'm the best player on the court.
What about your decision making, your shooting, your defense, your leadership, or your strengths?
I feel like my shooting has always been there. So like, I feel like that's always been a very strong suit of mine. I'll say this season I had to really learn on like leadership. Help other guys on my team see the game how I see the game. So I feel like that kind of helped me, and I feel like probably I say reading defenses because I know a lot of teams with our NDE team. We had shooting lineups, scoring lineups, different lineups. So I had to read the defense on the fly, and I had to help my other teammates. Like I said, back to the leading spot, I had to help my teammates realize what defense is, so we capitalize on the opportunities.
So, man, what about film study? How important is watching film? How important does that become for you?
Film has became very important. As my dad would say, he wants me to sit down even on the bad games and the good games to watch what worked and watch what didn't, because you can use that for the next game, and because your opponent's also watching film. So if you can use that for the next game and you can capitalize, you should be in good hands. Learning what you did wrong and fixing it. If you see what you did wrong and don't fix it, it don't matter. But if you fix it, that shows that you actually taking what you see and actually applying it to your game.
Do you watch NBA guards?
Jalen Brunson, I feel like that's one of the best guards to watch.
Which other players do you study, film?
I say JB. I like Bones Highland a lot. I like Bones. I like D Hart.
So you've started generating a lot more attention and recruiting nationally. I mean, which you have, going into the summer. What schools have been reaching out to you lately?
Of course, got some of the schools that's already offered me, like WKU, Virginia Tech. Make sure they keep a tight base. OSU, TCU, talk to Duke, UNC, Louisville. Belmont, a lot of top schools out there pretty much have been showing interest in me. Notre Dame, Ohio State's a big one. But I feel like a bunch of schools have been showing that they really want me and they really see me as a value piece that could be on the college team.
Have you seen contact pick up more since the new 5 for 5 rule come out for eligibility?
I wanted, I'll say so, but it's also they can actually talk to me now, so it's actually like different. Before that, they wasn't able to, but like once June 15th, if they can, and then the rule hit, so.
Yeah, man. I'm sure your phone just stays buzzing. Has any of those conversations like really stood out to you from any of those programs?
I feel like Ohio State has stood out to me. They're really making me feel like Ohio State's home, and they really show a lot of love to me.
So, how important is that for your recruitment? Like, to feel like they want to make you home for you.
I feel like it's very important because college is somewhere I want to, feel like family, and I want it to be a place that loves me and a place that I can benefit from and they can benefit. So I feel like the family bond that's always been important to me my whole life. So I feel like if a college coach can make me feel like family, I'll be able to play my best to my ability for him.
What else is important in your recruitment?
I say a coach trusting in me, a great atmosphere with the school, and a place that's gonna help me develop my game so I can potentially get to the next level.
So, what type of college coach are you looking for?
I say a fun, energetic, hard coaching, coach that's really gonna get on me when I'm doing right, well, when I'm doing wrong, and praise me when I'm doing right. A coach that's gonna help me grow my game, and a coach that's just gonna be there to love on me when I need it.
So let's talk about your development. What does Jordan Mitchell do when nobody's watching?
Nobody's watching. I'm working. I'll say that I'm working, pretty much working out. It's kind of what I do.
So, tell us about your morning workouts.
Morning workouts, I usually like, my shooting, getting my form right, making sure that's all good. Kind of, it's mainly working on my mechanics, I'll say.
Skill development, strength training. How much work you put into those a week?
Uh, Almost basically every day, skill training and weight training really have a lot of correlation because if you want to be the best you could be, you got to be in the weight room. At the end of the day, you in the weight room, it's gonna show on the court, and then your game, you're gonna have more confidence when you're playing. So I pretty much do both of those things every day.
Man, for the people that don't know, talk about how physical it is playing in EYBL, body bumps and stuff. And if you're not
Uh,
strong, what happens?
you're not strong, you're gonna look like a little boy out there. They're gonna show you real quick that you do not belong here. And the refs, they let y'all play, so it's really just you versus the man.
So, how important is recovery and nutrition to your routine, man?
Oh, it's very important because you can lift weights and do all the working out. If you don't have the right nutrients, it's the working out on that is pointless because your body ain't feeling in the right way. So all that's important because when you have days like this where you just relax and it's good to get a lot of recovery in because you're gonna have to perform at your best the very next day. So you got to be on your p's and q's.
So, speak about you guys play tomorrow, right?
We play
So,
Thursday.
yeah, Thursday. So, what are you going to do tonight and tomorrow to kind of relax? I know you got to practice, but like, what do you try to do to stay mentally focused, knowing you got a game Thursday?
I say like you said, watch film, get rest. For me, icing my foot right now because I got so making sure my teammates, connecting with them, making sure we're all on the right page, to be able to win the game, kind of just stuff like that.
So you guys are, your focus shifts the weekend in it's the pit, right? You guys are playing in the pit.
Augusta Live,
Yeah, Augusta Live,
that's what
kind
it's
of like
called,
the
Augusta
pit.
Live.
after you put together a strong session four, man, you're heading into another event. Man, you've been playing consistently at a high level. You got to have plenty of confidence. What are your expectations heading into the weekend?
My expectations is to win. First of all, get win under my belt. Prove to the people that I mean, everybody knows that we could compete in peach, but we was unfortunately wasn't didn't make it. But this win, still make the statement on the other teams that we're playing, and like college coaches are going to be there, so still put on a show for them and show why to recruit me as a player.
Do you expect to see the same amount of college coaches at Augusta Live as you would at like the Peach Jam or at Session Four?
Nah, I don't. Well, I think they'll still show up, but I don't think it'll be the same amount that will show up.
Well, will you still bring the same like confidence, your same motor, the same drive,
Yeah.
to something like that that doesn't have the same amount of coaches?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
But what's your biggest goal individually going into the weekend?
Hopefully to get more offers. I'll say picked up some offers.
So Indy Heat's goal is to win, right?
Yeah, and he's to go. Yes.
Is there anything else you want to see college coaches to see like this weekend out of you?
I'll say my fight. At the end of the day, a lot of people want to be playing with the injury I got. They'll be resting and all that, but I'm doing it to put my team in a good position. So I'm a selfless player. I'll say that.
Is there anything specific you're trying to improve on this weekend?
This weekend, I'll say just continue to work on leadership. Make sure I'm leading in the right way.
How do you approach, each event mentally, knowing so many people are watching, not only on the sidelines but on the stream? You got social media these days. Like, how do you stay like focused mentally and just staying to yourself?
I say social media wise, I really just let my group, my team that's around me handle all that. So I don't even really see much of that, to be honest. I'm not focused on that. So I don't even know what's being put out there. But I try to just keep the main thing the main thing.
Man, the summer can be exhausting. You got your flights, your hotels, practices, games, recovery. What's your favorite part of AAU basketball?
I say hanging out with my teammates in the hotels and stuff, having fun with them, and then playing on the court.
What's been the toughest team you faced this summer?
Toughest team was probably AB Elite.
What about who's been the toughest player you guarded? Brady.
Yeah, I give it to boy Brady. Yeah,
So, what kind of challenges do you have when you have to pick him up?
I want to say so much more challenges. It's just he's kind of just like me. We're both elite level scorers, and we know how to score very well. So you got to play him honest.
Yeah, man, I've been watching film of him, dude. He gets bucket with authority. Like he doesn't say no for an answer. He bullies till he gets down there. So, picking him up has to be pretty tough. Off the court, man. When you're not playing basketball, what's your favorite hobby?
Favorite hobby, playing, hanging out with my
What about your favorite
friends and
food?
family. So, steak.
Hey, who's your favorite NBA player, JB?
Nah, LeBron.
LeBron. Who's your favorite college player?
Darren. Well, not on one. Can't say Darren Pieces. This year, I don't know. I had to go JJ Andrews, my guy.
Favorite shoe?
Kobe. Basketball or
Yeah, I know. I know you're a
basketball, I'm
shoe
gonna go
guy.
Kobe five. Kobe fives, but favorite shoe, I'll go Jordan 11s.
Favorite music before the game.
Rap.
Favorite gym.
Favorite gym, I'm gonna go. If you in Louisville, Kentucky, the Butler Gym. You know, so I'll go to
Yeah.
that gym, Butler Gym. or Ballard.
What
You know, I had football
about
there.
best teammate?
Best teammate on my AU team.
Yeah, AAU and high school.
AU, I'm saying my best teammate's probably my dog Shannon. We've been going at this thing in seventh grade together. In high school, I probably go either Trent or Corn
Favorite dunk you've seen so far in EYBL?
that I've seen.
Yeah.
That's a hard one. I'll probably say it had to be probably last year. I think when Trey Pearson, that's my dog, bounced it off the floor to himself, fast break and duns it
In the
in the
game?
final four or elite. Yeah,
Oh, dude. Yeah, man. He come back from injury and just yeah, he's a high point now, I guess, I think still. So
hmm
really like that kid. Who talks the most on Indy Heat?
probably me.
So you talking garbage?
Yeah.
Who's the funniest teammate?
Funniest, probably my teammate James. I'll say me though.
Who's always in the gym?
Me.
So let's talk a little bit about your goals, man. What kind of goals have you set yourself for your high school
Mhm.
season at Male?
My high school season, I want to possibly reach 2,000 points. I want to win Gatorade Player of the Year. I want to try for Mr. Basketball, and of course, win a state championship.
Where does Jordan Mitchell see himself in 2 years?
2 years playing on somebody's college floor. I'll say that playing on somebody's college floor, having a supportive college fan base around them, and hopefully winning a natty.
Man, there are a lot of younger players going to watch this show tonight. What's one piece of advice you give them?
Keep your head down and continue grinding.
Jordan, man, I appreciate you taking the time to join us. I know you got a busy week, practice tomorrow. Congratulations, man, on your performance during the session four. It was great watching your growth throughout
Thank
the
you.
weekend. We're looking forward to following your journey at the Augusta Live and throughout the rest of your recruitment. Keep working, keep improving, and thanks for joining us on the podcast, my man.
Of course, thank you for having me.
All right, keep us updated, my guy.
All right.
Have a good night.